Hey, it's MK and I am back with Mixed Media Frenzy, and I'm also playing along with Baby Got Scrapped still. I hope you guys don't get too annoyed with that. Here's the layout that I will be scrap lifting today, and I thought that I would show you guys my small die binder. Now what this is a binder that holds anything that goes into my kind of travel die cut machine, which only has a 3-inch wide surface. So I picked out 2 flowers, a set from Altenew and a set from Tim Holtz. They are both layering dies, but instead of coming up with multiple colors, I'm going to tone on tone them. I also pulled out my title from Simple Stories Color Vibe Wood Grain. I have a few cut apart labels from the Not Just for Boys No Waste packaging. I love those. And this gives me a great excuse to use up a bunch of them because I do have a ton of packaging from Not Just for Boys. I also pulled all of my colors for this entire layout from this one floral printed paper. So I have Abandoned Coral, Evergreen Bough, Rustic Wilderness, and then a close to my heart, excuse me, cardstock, and then an Altenew, I think it's Evergreen, no, Forest Frayed Leaf, that's what it is, from Altenew, and that's going to give me a little bit of sparkle. So I have my photo, and then what I'm going to use to map my photo, as well as cut out all of my die cuts for mimicking the layout that we are going to be taking care of, or that we're going to be scrap lifting. I'm sorry. It looks to me like in the photo, the gal does stamp all of her flowers and then cut them all out. Not going to do that. And then it also looks like she painted them. So it looks like she did a lot more mixed media than what I plan on doing. I just plan on die cutting out my flowers, inking the layers before attaching them together, and then using them as, you know, my decoration. I'm definitely not going to go do the whole rainbow color flower thing. You guys, I struggle with flowers as is, but I do love the therapeutic session that putting these layered flowers gives me. I just love, I love this style of embellishment is when I get to like make my own layers. It's kind of the same thing as a Cricut, where I get to, choose the color and put them all together, and it's just very therapeutic. So what I'm doing here is to make the large flower, I need all the pieces. And then to make the small flower, I only need 3 of the pieces. So part of the large flower is made from the small flower. I just was trying to figure out if I had enough paper to make this happen. Because if I was only going to get like 3 flowers, then I would have had to change my mind entirely and start the video all over again because it wasn't going to work. Thank goodness. It worked. Yay. All right. So I went ahead and die cut all those pieces. I even glued them all together off camera. Very boring. Seriously, very boring. And now I'm working on my background piece. So the background piece, it is just a close to my heart cardstock. It's white daisy. I didn't gesso it. I didn't do anything because I want all those layers to saturate into the paper and get their full-blown true color instead of kind of their pastel-y colors that the gesso gives. In my opinion, that's what I see. So anyways, I am drying in between each layer because I don't want to make mud. And I also want them to be layered on top of each other. So I want to be able to see that green through that peach, even though after it kind of dried, it was a little on the pinky side. I almost freaked out, but I cover up enough of it to where I'm okay. I'll be okay. All right. And then I just sprinkled my Altenew frayed leaf on. I did not want to splatter that green on because I have a lot of green in my leaves. So as you can see, I am just making my photo mat. I'm also creating another element that it's not in the layout, the sample layout, but I just wanted to use my stuff. So I'm just kind of creating a little border, not sure what I'm going to do with it just yet. But right now I am working on things. You can see all of the flowers and leaves, and I also made like little baby's breath type stuff to go with, my layering and my decoration, right? Then I'm going to take one of the photo mats, which is that really pretty floral paper. Again, I struggle with the florals, you guys, so I'm going to grunge it up a little bit. And the first thing I wanted to do was make it an extra large mat, an extra large photo mat, so I could grunge it up and scrunch it and just beat it up, basically. And then I'm going to add the inking to it, so that way it kind of sort of looks old. Basically is what I was going for. I just wanted it to look like it has been through the wash. Kind of. It's the mood and feel that I was going for of why I have Bailey's in my coffee. You guys, now I'm not a drinker. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. In fact, it takes me, these bottles of Bailey's actually expire before I get to finish them. That's how much I put, anything, I drink any alcohol, honestly. So, but I just thought that this was one of those days where actually, in fact, my kids were talking about it this morning. My husband was gone on a hunting trip. And so it was 7 days with just me and the kids, kind of sort of no break, which is fine because every now and then, like on the days he works, he comes home and kind of gives me that 30-minute break or 30-minute meltdown session, type of thing. But this was 7 days in a row. And I just was like, oh my gosh. So he brought home a bottle of Bailey's before he came home, right? I mean, the guy was just hunting for 7 days. He's dirty. He's nasty. He's gross. He took 21 hours of drive time because he went up to South Dakota to do this hunt. So I know that there was no way he was going to stop at the grocery store. I mean, I didn't even ask him to, but he did. And he brought me home this bottle and I was like, what does that for? And he's like, I think you're going to need it. And it was hilarious because even my kids were like, Mom, didn't you have us? Like this morning, they were asking me, Mom, didn't you have us, for like just you? And after Dad came back home, you were like needing a drink. And I was like, it's more of a joke than it is a need, to be honest. And we try to discuss, adult life with the children because they are starting to get to that point in life. And of course we want them to make the right decisions. So, we just try. Honestly, it's the best we can do. So I made that little border element. I thought that I wanted something over on the right side of the page because everything was so left-handed. And I just thought I was going to, but after I made it and put it on there, I thought, but my flowers are too big. For one, they're way too big in order for me to create something over there. And I just think that it would have messed up the design because the design in the layout is straight up and down. So I decided to tuck it underneath my layer. And again, it's mood and feel. I wanted the paper, I wanted my photo mat to feel like, it has had a rough day. That is basically what I wanted it to feel. And not that, drinking alcohol is an excuse because you had a rough day. I don't want to get the wrong message across. It's more of a joke than it is anything else. I mean, honestly, it really is just a joke between my husband and I. Because he knows I'm not a drinker at all. And so I have a little splash of Bailey's in my coffee and that's about it. And it was just this one time, like I said, the bottle expired before I even finished it or before I think I only had a few anyways. So I am just going through. Now my flowers are larger. I do not have, a third smaller flower, which I think would have been great for this layout, but that is why I kind of made I don't know if they're baby's breath or not, but that's kind of what they look like. I kind of sort of made that baby's breath because of the fact that I wanted a smaller flower. Now I do know that I made it into a different color, but I was also trying to pull the colors from that pattern paper, which in the end you can barely see, but it's okay. I am perfectly okay. I like all the colors in that mat. Again, it's like going through the ringer, and I mean, it's just, it just said it all. Honestly, that photo mat just says exactly everything it needs to say. about this photo. In my brain, it does. So anyways, tucking in the flowers now. I am almost out of this bottle of Nuvo. I swear I go through Nuvo like it's water, you guys. I'm in need of some more. When I posted that there was a sale of 4 bottles for $20, 16, 4 bottles for $16. I went to go take a shower thinking I was going to purchase them as soon as I got out. And then when I got out, I got a message from someone saying they're already sold out. And I was like, no way. That's insane. Well, I mean, good for them, but that's crazy. So I'm thinking, well, where do I go now? So always keep your eye out for bundles, you guys. You definitely might not think you need that many bottles, but you also don't have to worry about purchasing any in the future. So that way they don't go to waste. So it's perfect to have a few on hand or handy or share with your friends, that sort of thing. So I don't have any friends to share with, not local, I should say. I have friends, but not local. So I'm just kind of tucking in all my flowers and leaves and making sure that everything is secured in place. These flowers were so uber delicate. Normally I do not glue down every single leaf in my flower because I like the movement. When I put it in the page protector, it kind of sort of settles where it's supposed to be or where it wants to be. But because of the stem being so uber tiny on these particular leaves, and there's 3 layers on each leaf, which makes it kind of heavy, I definitely wanted to secure them down. So, and then the little tiny, I keep calling them baby's breath, but I truly don't know what they are. Those little tiny flowers, they're tiny. I'm just throwing that out there. The die seems quite big, but when the die is done cutting and you get all these little pieces, that's tiny. I was like, whoa, but I do love how they look all put together, not gonna lie. So just to make sure, if you guys are curious on these dies, the Altenew ones are that big. But the Tim Holtz ones has lots and lots of tiny little pieces, just to let you know. So anyways, I am done figuring out where everything was. I really, really badly wanted to take my my blender brush and distress the edges in brown just to give it that more worn feeling. But because it's not in the inspiration layout, I decided not to do that. So I'm showing you guys close-ups, and then I realized I forgot my title. Yep. That's me. I loved how this layout looked so bad that I thought I was done and didn't put a title down. So now I'm attaching the title and I am officially done now. Ta-da! Thank you so much for listening to me ramble on about, what I have to drink. I think that it's very fun. I honestly think that it's, healthy. Be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with Mixed Media Frenzy Friday today. And also, there's a list of all the gals still playing along with the Baby Got Scraps for 30 days. Today is day 21. We are almost done, you guys. I'm so sad, actually. This is my favorite time of the year, to be honest, because I love the challenge and I love how clean my room feels when I get to use up all these scraps. All right. Thank you so much, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.